3-6 Bone versus. Did you catch that, Bun?
I didn't catch it in the moment. I was traveling.
Okay.
I was traveling. I was going to Miami. I was supposed they asked me to come and be a part of it, but I was already committed to go to Art Basel.
Cause they just would have took it over the damn top, boy.
But when I finally got settled and looked at it, it didn't take long for me to realize, we made, because I'm been here long enough to know what it was like when 3-6 Mafia was out here in the streets touring.
Yeah.
And when Bone Thugs and Harmony was out here in these streets touring. So to hear that Bone Thugs had a show or 3-6 Mafia had a show and it ended with them hands getting thrown, that's not a far-fetched scenario at all. That's pretty much par for the course.
Yeah.
Right? But, to see them, and look, this rap game, they come from the era I came from, which is all about ego, braggadocio. You know what I'm saying? And we not trying to look a certain way in front of the people.
Thanks.
So if somebody feel like you trying to make them look small and mix company, look, man, this is the bread.
Come on.
Right? This is the bread. Your whole legacy, everything you work for up to this point is on the line. We ain't got time to be playing like that.
Exactly.
So if I used to work with somebody who's a little hot under the collar, right? So he would tend to jump off like that immediately, you know what I'm saying? And then we got to respond in kind. So I understand, like, in the moment, you feel like somebody saying something or trying to handle you. We're in mixed company in front of people, and we're in mixed company in front of people.
Yeah.
You're not finna handle me like that. So I understand why he did it the way he did it, because that's just the era that we from.
Yeah.
If we feel like we being disrespected, we gonna move on that.
Yeah.
At the same time, you moving against somebody that's gonna move back.
Come on now.
So I'm glad it didn't get worse than it did.
Yeah.
Because I've known Paul and Juicy them very well. Bone Thugs and Harmony I've known, but it's a little bit more distance.
Yeah.
Paul and Juicy, and I've known them personally for many years.
Yeah.
And if you don't know about 3-6 Mafia, the reputation, they will fight. So, let's just stay there. They will fight. I don't care what you think it is or what it look like.
Yeah.
Them niggas will fight. They gon' fight. They was like us. They used to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people from my era, we drove everywhere. We ain't really jump on no bunch of planes and all of that, because we ain't know what them hoods was like. So it was 16 hours to the show. We just got to drive 16 hours because that thing coming. Them things is in the car. They got to come. And again, I was in Memphis when Memphis was gangster walking.
Yeah.
I used to be out here at the gate. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. I know about that gate.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been in some of the hardest hoods in America when these hoods was like actively making their gangster reputation.
Yeah.
So you got to just know how to move accordingly. Now, we don't come into people's town acting like we the baddest man in town and all that shit. You just got to be prepared to react. That's all.
Was there ever a time that somebody made the bun have to cut up in public when you normally keep it cool, but you was like, you know what? I got to show my ass today.
In public, no, I typically come back around.
Okay.
I typically come back around. My thing is, if we got to do something in the moment, we going to do it. But if we can get out of there, especially out of town, we going to get out of there. But I'm going to come back around.
Okay.
Because back then, we used to have Mama with us.
Yeah.
We used to have Mama West with us a lot of time. So niggas couldn't really move like they wanted to move in the moment.
Yeah.
But best believe, if I felt like you was trying to disrespect us and do it in front of our mama, I'm coming back around. Now, there was 1 or 2 times where things had to be handled in the moment. I don't like talking about that kind of stuff because it feel like you're bragging or whatever. Yeah. We went head to head with a lot of real niggas out here, and luckily people went home.
Yeah.
I come from the era where if a nigga had problems, you could actually still fight a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You could catch a square with a nigga. And those times were few and far between the further we got into the career. But once people know, and then again, like, it's different now because Bodie James, a real dope recording artist, man, from Detroit. He makes mention of nowadays the rap game is full of a lot of self-proclaimed real niggas. Yeah. Right? People come into this game and they tell you who they are and what their reputation is. And I'm like, when we first started, you couldn't just say you was hard. If niggas said he was hard, he was from Detroit, you could call some niggas. Yeah. Hey, so-and-so?
Yeah.
Is them niggas real or what's them niggas?
Exactly.
Okay, all right, cool. That'll be here this weekend. I'm gonna fuck with them. I'm gonna tap
Exactly.
in. And niggas do the same thing on you.
Yeah.
But it's so many artists now. Like it's like 5,000, I think it's like 5,000 songs a day debut every day. 5,000 new rap songs. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very hard to differentiate from who is real and who ain't because everybody using the same terminology.
Yeah.
They're using the same uniform. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. So it's very hard to figure it out. But the streets gonna know. The streets gonna know. If you walk around saying you hard enough, somebody is gonna walk up to you and say, let's see.
Exactly.
So whatever you talking about you about, I really hope that you about that. Especially in 2022. I really, really hope you about that.
I was talking to Cool Joe Goody the other day, and we were talking about this music. And we were talking about putting thoughts into the music as well. Do you all think that just regular good music that's not murder, kill can still be successful as it used to be able to be back in the day?
Yeah, of course. There's always going to be a preference.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a preference. Everybody doesn't necessarily gravitate to that. As I get older, I don't necessarily want my entire soundscape to be that, right? Because that's not what my day is, right? A lot of time when I grew up, when we were listening to NWA, whatever, it was really kind of preparing yourself for the environment you had to go out into, right? And not just about the street element, but also the police, right? The government. You know, there was a lot of different things we had to navigate, and we still do. But for young people today, this gang lifestyle, which has permeated this entire culture and all of our communities around this country, that's something they got to deal with first.
Yeah.
So I can understand where new artists come in and try to feel like they have to set that tone.
Yeah.
But that's only if that's the world you want to exist in and move in. You know, if that's not what you want to do and the people you want to be around, then you need to try to make the kind of music that you can maybe get a feature from Talib Kweli or Common or David Banner or Big Crit from. You know, people who could be a part of this culture, right? Make effect, cause effect and change in our communities, right? But not have to do it with a gun in your hand.
Yeah.
You know, it's enough interaction with guns. I'm not out here doing all this gangster type shit, and I still got to go to a nightclub and get paid at 2 in the morning with niggas with pistols.
Thanks.
So that's work. That's the job. That's part of the goddamn job.
Yeah.
So, if you can avoid that younger artist, I would really, recommend that you try to avoid putting yourself in these gangster situations, because I've been here for 30 years. They was killing rappers when I got here, and they gonna kill rappers when I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just don't put yourself in no unnecessary positions.